NFL as you get a look at Lambeau Field here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Tonight we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Chicago Bears and the Green Bay Packers. Teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. This taken in at the goal line. And not a good return at all. Down inside the 10, all the way back at the 7.
One guarantee I can absolutely make is that all week in preparation, the coach kept telling his team, we're on the road. Don't do anything to bring the crowd into it. And that's exactly what they just did. A bad return, and now the home team crowd, they are fired up.
Now a first down throw, Fields. He completes it to Jones. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. This defense for the Packers, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first.
And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2. Rashawn Gary that time fighting free and getting to the quarterback.
Competition comes up in so many different ways, and right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. How about 5 sacks last week? We just saw their first one of this game.
And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. From his own end zone, Fields. They'll get this complete to the Notre Dame man, Equinemius St. Brown. And they're going to get this all the way out past the 20. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15.
And that's a much-needed completion right there on 3rd down. Really a sigh of relief, isn't it? They're backed up deep. You know they don't want to give the ball back to the other guys in great field position. They needed that throw, that completion, that first down.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great, because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
On 2nd and 11 now, Fields. This is Chase Claypool on the receiving end. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. A pair of first downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44. And he'll just plow right into a host of tacklers. Nothing there at all, and it'll be 2nd and 10. Fields. Buying time to his left. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. He's got a man open. It's Chase Claypool. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 40. A solid gain of 15 yards and the sticks move. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 right at the 40. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down. Out of the gun, Fields. Open man is Kmet, the tight end. There they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A really nice gain of 25 yards. First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. From the gun, here's Fields. And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. Second and goal from the 6 this time. Fields now to throw. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. But the Bears look to get this one back, and indeed they did. So they'll keep possession. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
Now Fields on third and goal. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And the Packers pick it up.
Let's face it, everybody at the start of the game has a mental image of how they expected to go, and I think that was going exactly as they scripted it offensively. Moving the ball well, seemingly in control, and that fumble, that's got to be a little bit deflating, don't you think?
Yeah, foiled the whole plan there, turned the ball over. And from the 4, they get it to the 8 on a pickup of 4. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. We're scoreless after 1. Coming up on a 2nd and 6. Now Rodgers. He has it complete to Christian Watson. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. Rodgers finding Watson for the Packer first.
Green Bay needed to get Aaron Rodgers some help at receiver, and they did so by picking Christian Watson 34th overall. That's the earliest they've taken a receiver since 2002. Watson has some NFL bloodlines as well. His dad, Tim, was also drafted by the Packers, and you know his father's very proud watching him pick up that first down there.
Dillon now on 1st and 10. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. Second down. The Packers at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1. And they were able to get that road victory in the opener. Now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it Week 1, that gets you pointed in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean business.
Finding space at the 40. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. A pair of first downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44. Rodgers going to throw. He'll go right back to Tunyon. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
On 2nd down, Dillon. And he's got some space here. Touchdown, Packers. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
They'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a 3rd down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Now it's Fields. There's a nice move. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. That gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on 3rd down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a first down.
A very solid gain of 27. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed. And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And the Packers are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. This could end up being a pretty big drive. I mean, look, yes, it's early in this game, but they scored the touchdown. They got the stop. And now if they could get in the end zone here again, CD, they could grab an early stranglehold on this one.
Yeah, they certainly can, and that's what you're looking for. Where's the advantage? Can you gain it? Can you press it? Now for them, finishing it off because right now it's out there for them. They've just got to go seize it.
They run once more with Dillon. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. He's got the hook up with Dobbs. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage. I think when they get back in the huddle, the question will be, why did you throw that one? The coverage was incredible all over him. The only thing he didn't do after he caught the ball as a defender was get his feet in bounds. That should have been a turnover.
That's complete to Dobbs. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Rodgers to throw once more. He finds Watson complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 15-yard line. Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. Throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
They'll run here with Dillon. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Again, it's Dillon. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. A.J. Dillon in the final seconds of the first half. And the Packers will extend their lead here just before halftime. Crosby connects on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And with only 9 seconds remaining, with not much time, we'll see how they play this. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And unable to get downhill there, so he'll take this up to about the 37. So we're at halftime here at Lambeau with the Packers taking the lead to the break. As we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3 because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, and right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Rodgers. This is caught. It's Christian Watson. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. This offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10. Rodgers going to give this one to Dillon. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. On 2nd down, another run for Dillon. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
26. Number 50. Hey, you block over here. Yeah, 300. Yeah, number 50.
Here's Rodgers to throw. being chased out left. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. Here's Pat O'Donnell now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Bears take over. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for the second half.
To throw is Fields. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Kmet. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Fields to Kmet there for a Chicago first. Here's Fields. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Green Bay, Wisconsin is the spot. 3rd quarter inside Lambeau. Glad you're with us. 2nd and 10. Now this throw caught left side. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 23 yards the pickup there. Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now. A shotgun snap, Fields. There's Mooney with another catch. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
But look what we have here, a sustained drive, and that was certainly AWOL in the first half. They really struggled to try and move the football. But right now, they certainly seem to have the formula working. Let's see if they can keep it up.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going, trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the 3rd quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. A loss of 3 on the sack made by multiple defenders.
You can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
He'll get this underneath to Montgomery. And he is going to be stopped at the 12, short of the 1st down. They snap it to Fields. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. They'll begin the drive with a run by Dillon. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Rodgers now to throw. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Now Rodgers. And he he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. A third down gain of 19.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. That's caught inside the 20. And he will finally be taken down, but how about that play? It's a big one on the final act of the third quarter. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. A real field flipper there, as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Up the middle they run. Here's Dillon. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. And they get the guard, John Runyon. Throwing now is Rodgers. He'll complete this one to Watson. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. 2nd and 14. Rodgers again now. And he's got his man. Touchdown, Green Bay. It's Allen Lazard. A great play there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Packers are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And it's now 21-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the fourth quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mentioned in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while. But everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. Complete to Jones. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Fields on 1st down. He'll find Jones again, complete. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. Here's Fields. And firing a deep ball for Kmet. And this one is incomplete.
They'll probably spend a little extra time dissecting the game film after this, when I think the part of their plan was to hit him over the top of the deep ball. They've been unsuccessful all night.
Throwing again is Fields. Open man, completes it to Claypool. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. That goes for a gain of 31.
Well, that's something you haven't had to talk about much this game. A nice big play right there. But this team, overall, they haven't done a whole lot offensively.
Well, they're still sitting on the goose egg. We talk about defenses having pride in a shutout. This offense wants to get rid of that 0. A play fake, now Fields to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Another try after the first down sack. Fields. And the pressure gets to him again. Devontae Wyatt brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Equanimous St. Brown, his second touchdown on the season. And the Bears are finally on the board here in the fourth quarter. Santos with the extra point, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. If they can score here, they have a chance to make this a three-possession game and all but put things to bed. The drive starts with a carry by Dillon. And some space here. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 91 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. They run again with Dillon. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning. On 2nd and 12, Rodgers. He'll let this go for the end zone. Touchdown, Packers. Christian Watson, 51 yards. And the Packers are on their way to a 2-0 start. Crosby with the extra point, and the lead down to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. But probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the fourth quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to win this one well before we got to this stage.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Back to throw, Fields. And that will be incomplete.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
Fourth down, Fields has to have this one. He's going to let it fly. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And the Packers force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Running left is Dillon. And he stopped immediately there. Now the Bears will use their third and final timeout as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. Throwing is Rodgers on third down.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Johnson. And the Bears will take over possession here up at the 44. The one side gets an interception, but their defense comes on the field and picks them right back up by getting a pick of their own.
And I think you saw the same thing that I did, Brandon. As he ran off the field after making that play, we saw his quarterback seek him out and offer a personal thank you to bail him out a little bit as the offense takes the field again.
Now a first down throw, Fields. And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far.
Picked off by Darnell Savage. Then into the end zone. It's a pick six and a Packer touchdown. Now Crosby for the point after. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
He's got a man, complete.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. Well, CD, when you combine accuracy with a big arm, you get throws like that. And Justin Fields may very well be making these kinds of plays at the pro level for years to come.
And he's brought down.
And that's a rare bright spot in what's overall been a pretty poor showing so far. But you got to figure, when you're down a bunch, why not take some big shots? And they connect on that one.
And that throw, amazingly, well over 70 yards in the air, according to Next Gen Stats. Wow. Well, this was a really nice display, Charles, of complimentary